Welcome to Comfort TV, the channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. I am Faith Kevin. Thanks for joining us. First, the headlines. NOA moves to stop sign-out misconduct in school graduations. Police raid cult base in Imo, seize arm, arrest suspects. NCAA DG raises alarm over aviation fraud, seeks EFCC intervention. On business news, recapitalization, fresh mergers loom for Tier 2 banks as deadline nears. Foreign insane Indian man gets death sentence for burning wife alive over skin color. And on sports, WAFU B Women's Champions League Bielsa Queens ASEC Mimosas to clash in final. Now the news. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has launched a nationwide campaign to tackle unruly graduation sign-out practices and reorient citizens on national values. The campaign was flagged off at the Federal Secretariat in Bauchi by the Director General of NOA, Malam Lanre Isa Onilu. The sign-out graduation celebration has become a staple among secondary and university students. It involves using permanent markers to put signatures and messages on school uniforms or plain white shirts to commemorate the end of an era and celebrate a new beginning. However, several states have expressed concerns regarding behavior exhibited by some students during the celebration. Isa Onilu expressed concern over disorderly behavior by students during the graduation ceremony, stressing that such practices should no longer be tolerated. The campaign will run across the 36 states, the FCT, and 774 local government areas through press conferences, town hall meetings, school visits, market rallies, roadshow, and advocacy visits. In addition to addressing students' conduct and disaster readiness, the initiative will focus on national security awareness, youth values reorientation, and strengthening respect for Nigeria's identity and symbols. The Imo State Police Command, in its resolve to end cult-related activities in the state, has dislodged a cultist base in Oko Urata, Owerri North local government area, recovered locally made guns, and arrested a 26-year-old man suspected to be a member of a cult group. A press statement issued by the command spokesperson, DSP Henry Okoye, stated that the operation was carried out by the divisional police officer in charge of OG Division, Owerri North local government area, while on a surveillance operation with his team. According to the police spokesperson, the operation was based on credible intelligence, which led to the arrest of one Anunobi Chukwemeka from Ngopala local government area, who was found in possession of a locally fabricated revolver pistol, a locally fabricated Beretta pistol, and 3 live rounds of ammunition. Okoye explained that upon interrogation, the suspect confessed to being a member of a cult group known as the Neo-Black Movement, also called Black Axe, and is currently cooperating with ongoing investigations. He added that efforts are underway to apprehend other fleeing members of the cult group, particularly those responsible for the manufacturing and supply of the locally made firearms. The Commissioner of Police, Imo State Command CP Aboki Danjuma, reassures Imolites of the command's unwavering commitment to rid the state of crime and criminality. The CP urges members of the public to continue to support the police with timely and credible information, while warning cultists and other criminal elements to desist from their unlawful activities or face the full weight of the law. The Director General, DG of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA), Captain Prince Najomo, has raised the alarm over the rise in cases of fraudulent activities in the aviation industry in Nigeria. He noted that such directly affects aviation safety, economic regulation, and investor confidence. The DG noted this when he led a delegation of his management team on a courtesy visit to the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Mr. Olaolu Koyode, in his office, urged the commission to intervene to address the issue. Najomo identified high-value transactions such as aircraft purchases, leasing arrangements, foreign maintenance contracts, and procurement of safety infrastructures as areas vulnerable vulnerable to fraud as well as money laundering. He raised concerns over the non-remittance of the mandatory 5% ticket sales charge (TSC) and cargo sales charge (CSC) by some commercial airlines, stating that such non-compliance occasions shortfalls in the NCAA's internally generated revenue needed for adequate safety oversight. He also pointed to the NCAA's battles against illegal charter operations disguised as private flights, which he said often involved unregulated financial inflows, noting that EFCC's financial intelligence capabilities were needful in unmasking such fraudulent activities. A 28-year-old man who was on a suicide mission has been rescued by a team of operatives of the Anambra State Police Command attached to Awada Police Station in Idemili North local government area of the state. The victim, who according to the police public relations officer of the command, PPRO SP Tochukwu Ikenga, identified himself as Mr. Okudili David Onyiba. He was saved from a power transmission high tension where he had climbed to end his own life. Ikenga explained that on getting a distress call from a concerned member of the public, the police team rushed to the scene situated behind the Grace of God mission of Nepa Road in Awada, where the victim was already climbing the power transmission high tension. The PPRO said it took several minutes of persuasion by the police and some concerned members of the public before the man eventually descended from the dangerous infrastructure. Ikenga added that the victim had been taken into protective custody at the police station, where he was made to undergo proper medical and mental health evaluation. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the recall of Mr. Salihu Abdullahi Dembos, the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, who briefly vacated the post following some management changes in the national television. Dembos was appointed DG of the TV network by President Tinubu in October 2023. According to statement by Bayo Onanuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Dembos will now return to complete his 3-year tenure. The President similarly directed the recall of Mr. Ayo Adewi, the Executive Director of News, to complete his 3-year tenure, which ends in 2027. Adewi was appointed by President Tinubu in 2024. The new directive effectively reversed the previously announced appointments of a Director General, Executive Director of News, Executive Director of Marketing, and Managing Director of NTA Enterprises. A security meeting in Katsina State was disrupted by a group of men and youth suspected to be thugs shortly after it began. The Katsina incident occurred just days after a similar attack on former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai and former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Similar incidents of violence were also recorded in Kogi and Jigawa State. The meeting, which was organized by the Katsina Security Community Initiative, was aimed at finding solutions to the insecurity problem bedeviling the state. Katsina has been under banditry attacks for some time, with many people killed and property worth billions destroyed. However, this attack came as the state governor Diko Umar Rada led stakeholders to meet with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The leaders, it was gathered, met with the president behind closed doors. The Katsina Security Community Initiative meeting brought together experts from various fields, including retired high-ranking military and police officers, academics, and opinion leaders. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared that a total of 2,532,062 Nigerians have so far registered in the last 2 weeks in the ongoing nationwide continuous voter registration (CVR) for both the online and in-person registration of voters. Sam Olumekun, National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, revealed in a statement on Tuesday. Checks by Nigerian Tribune revealed that Osun State has maintained its lead in the ongoing exercise as it topped the chart with 474,372. It is trailed by 2 states in the same southwest region, Lagos and Ogun, with 355,372 and 265,399 respectively. Others are the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) with 152,250 and Borno State in the northeast, which has 135,661 participants in the exercise so far. To fast-track the process, which will terminate next year August, INEC informed the general public that it has deployed its staff to attend to eligible citizens at the Commission's 811 state and local government offices nationwide. where they can simultaneously begin and complete their registration. The centers are open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, Monday to Fridays. The federal government has announced an emergency intervention on the damaged deck of the Benin-bound section of the Shagamu-Benin carriageway, assuring Nigerians of a swift and permanent fix. In a statement issued by Uchenna Orji, Special Advisor Media to the Minister of Works, the ministry confirmed that engineers have already been deployed to the site to oversee repairs. The Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, has directed the immediate mobilization of engineers to the bridge located at the border between Edo and Ondo states along the Shagamu-Benin Expressway. According to the ministry, the bridge, which is a dual carriageway, recently developed a visible puncture on the Benin-bound span on one of its 5 legs. In line with the proactive measures of the Renewed Hope administration under President Bola Tinubu, urgent remedial works have commenced. Traffic is expected to resume within 45 days upon the completion and curing of the concrete work. A similar incident was recorded in the past on another span of the bridge, and it was swiftly repaired. Umahi assured that the government is working on a more durable solution, which includes a full deck reconstruction using advanced engineering technology. The plan will extend to the 2 bridges situated between Ondo and Edo states. He also apologized to motorists for the inconvenience and said the ministry will collaborate with the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) to ensure proper traffic management and minimize congestion throughout the repair period. Anambra State has selected August 29, 2026 for the election of local government chairmen and councillors. The Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission and SEC called on all political parties to start obtaining nomination forms along its Enugu-Awka Expressway office. A statement by the chairman of the commission, Honorable Genevieve C. Osakwe, said the exercise is in line with Section 28, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022 and Section 23 of the Anambra State Electoral Law 2024, which empowers the commission to issue election notices. The commission further announced the election timetable and schedule of activities which will be available for collection at the Commission's office from Friday, November 28, 2025. The last council polls held in 2024 with the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) winning all the 21 seats, while the other political parties withdrew. ComfortTV.channel's news returns shortly with business, foreign and sports news. Stay tuned. Many thanks for staying tuned. On business news, pressure on Nigeria's Tier 2 banks is intensifying as the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) March 2026 recapitalization deadline approaches. New research by SBM Intelligence warns that many may be swept up in a fresh wave of mergers and acquisitions. In 2024, the CBN directed all commercial banks to raise their minimum paid-up capital to 500 billion naira for international banks, 200 billion naira for national banks, and 50 billion naira for regional banks. According to the latest SBM report, Capital Competition and Consolidation, the new rules are designed not merely as a compliance exercise, but as a strategic imperative to fortify the sector's capacity to withstand macroeconomic shocks, support Nigeria's ambition for a $1 trillion economy, and restore global investor confidence. The report noted that Tier 1 banks such as Zenith, Axis, and FBN Holdings remain firmly dominant with record profits and strong balance sheets. But mid-tier lenders are now fighting for survival. Already, some banks have made progress. Fidelity Bank raised over 270 billion naira through a public offer and rights issue that were oversubscribed by 238% and 138% respectively. With its next phase of capital raising, it is on track to exceed the 500 billion naira threshold. On foreign news, a court in India recently sentenced a man to death for setting his wife Lakshmi ablaze alive due to her dark skin color. This harsh punishment reflects the gravity of the crime and its impact on society. As reported, the attack on Lakshmi took place on the night of 24 June 2017. The murder dates 8 years back, and the judgment delivered at the weekend has made headlines in a country where public obsession with colorism is well documented. Before her death, Lakshmi revealed that her husband, Kishandas, frequently mocked her for being dark-skinned, calling her Kali, and body-shaming her since their marriage in 2016. On the night of her attack, Kishandas brought a plastic bottle containing a brown liquid, purportedly a skin-lightening medicine. According to Lakshmi's statement, he applied the liquid on her body, and when she complained about the strong acid-like smell, he set her on fire with an incense stick. Adding to the cruelty, Kishandas poured the remaining liquid on her while she was burning and then fled. Her family rushed her to the hospital, but she later died from her injuries. Still on the foreign scene, a European Union court on Wednesday upheld the pact governing the transfer of personal data between the 27-nation bloc and the United States, dismissing a challenge by a French lawmaker. In effect, since 2023, the EU-US data privacy framework was the bloc's third attempt at a legal framework to protect Europeans' personal data in exchanges with the United States. On the date of adoption of the contested decision, the United States of America ensured an adequate level of protection for personal data transferred from the European Union to organizations in their country, according to the EU's General Court. The previous two accords, called Safe Harbor and Privacy Shield, were struck down by the EU's top court following challenges led by Max Schrems, an Austrian legal activist. On sports news, Nigerian champions Bayelsa Queens will be up against ASEC Mimosas of Côte d'Ivoire in the final WAFU B Women's Champions League. The two clubs booked their spots in the title decider after winning their respective semi-final games on Tuesday. Bayelsa Queens scrapped past USFA of Burkina Faso 2-1 in a keenly contested encounter. USFA took the lead through ComfortTV.channel in the second minute. Bayelsa Queens, however, fought back through goals of MMSCN and Semeyeha Akekoromowe. ASEC Mimosa thrashed Police Ladies of Ghana 4-1 in the other semi-final. The final will hold at the Charles Conan Bani Stadium, Yamoussoukro, on Friday. Still on sports, Barcelona star Fermin Lopez has explained why he didn't leave the club for Chelsea during the summer transfer window. Lopez has drawn interest from the Blues during the summer transfer window, but he ultimately ended up not leaving the Blaugrana for the Premier League West London side. Meanwhile, Barcelona manager Hansi Flick had commented on Chelsea's interest in signing Lopez this summer. And that's our news bulletin for today. But before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. NOA moves to stop sign-out misconduct in school graduations. Police raid cult base in Imo, seize arms, arrest suspects. NCAA DG raises alarm over aviation fraud, seeks EFCC's intervention. On business news, recapitalization, fresh mergers loom for Tier 2 banks as deadline nears, reports. On foreign news, Indian man gets death sentence for burning wife alive over skin color. And on sports, WAFU B Women's Champions League, Bayelsa Queens ASEC Mimosas to clash in final. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. I'm Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed.